Okay, so yesterday I called my ex. That's right, I did. You read the title right. And am I married? Yes, I am. And it's not like I called my ex to be like, oh, let's get together and, relive things of the past. No. This is somebody who I haven't been involved with for over a decade. I don't remember when we stopped talking, but I do know I've been with my husband for, 9 years, and we dated, including our dating phase. So, and then before that, I was with somebody for 5 years. So it's been a long time since being involved with my ex-boyfriend. But I called him because, nothing lustful, but I just needed somebody who really understands who I am as a person. Like, we dated when we were like, 13, 14, 15, around that time. Because he told me one age when we started dating, and it turns out that he was actually younger than me and not the same age as me. So we dated when we were like 13, 14. He was 13, I was 14. But I just really called him because I felt like I had nobody else to talk to who could understand what I was trying to express. Shout out to my bestie or whatever, but sometimes I don't feel like I can go to her for certain things. And that's no shots against her. It's just there's certain things that I think about, and I'm just like, okay, I know that it's like, we're best friends. I know the type of advice that she would give me. And it's like, I wasn't ready to hear that. Because for one, she's not a parent. And, it's just somebody who I needed, who's going to understand my perspective. Not for him to be co-signing, because he's very much candid with me. But I called him because, marriage is cool and all, but when you remember the type of person that you were before you built a certain type of lifestyle, with your significant other, and you're like, okay, I let everything else go, not because you're trying to be a better person, So you think to yourself, I let everything else go for the sake of this person, to be good to them, to be better for myself, to be a good role model to the kids, because you want them to you got to teach them certain values and things. So you're like, okay, I can't be contradictory. I have to let certain things go. So it's almost like turning over a new leaf, right? And when you do that, in the essence of letting things go, you almost close off a section of yourself, right? For the sake of this person. Not saying you have to completely change yourself, but it's just, certain things you let go. You can't go out partying every night. Even if you go out to the party, you just you know what, I'm letting that party lifestyle go. So you just close that chapter of your life. And he and I, my ex and I, we used to do a lot of stuff when we were young, because we were on and off together for 10 freaking years. So, well, believe me, I'm the queen of long relationships, right? Okay, maybe not the queen, but I've had my fair share. But we were on and off for 10 years, and not trying to make myself seem like a bad person, but when I was in relationships with, even though he and I would be in relationships with other people, we'd still find our ways back to each other. So, it's stuff like that where it's okay, the things that are taboo, trying to talk with them from people who don't understand. It's I really needed somebody who knew the type of lifestyle that I was living beforehand. And because he was the one who was living it with me, he knows. He's a parent. I'm a parent. He's been in a long-term relationship And I've been in a long-term relationship. You know, he was ready to settle down. I was ready to settle down. I'm the one that followed through. Things didn't really work out as much on his end, but that's okay, right? I'm not here to spread all of his business, but it's just these are the things where we understood. And so in talking to him yesterday, it was like, I'm like, listen, you know, I'm not saying that I don't love my kids. I love my kids to death, all right? He just understood from the POV of like, parenthood is hard. And it is so hard that sometimes you're just like, I almost wish I could go back to my life before I had kids, you know? And that's honestly so real. I love my kids to death. I'll do anything for them all day long. But it's just like, they really take a lot of dedication. And when you don't have a partner, this is where he also understood, is like, when you don't have a partner, or when you have a partner who doesn't, you know, pull the weight like they need to, and, you know, make excuses for themselves as to why certain things can't be done. And then you think to yourself, like, I wish I didn't do the things that led me up to this point. You know, it's almost like I wish I could take it back, but you can't, right? You have tiny humans who you need to take care of. Like, you can't go back to not being a mom, or not necessarily a mom, but not being a parent, right? I guess in some cases you could, because some people give up their kids, and that's no hate on them, you know, because everybody's going through something different. But like, it's just like, oh my gosh, man. And so, I mean, in his case, he's like, oh, I know the type of person I am, and like, I wish that I could just be the type of person that I want to be. And I'm like, I get that, you know, I wish I could too. But again, when your partner's not kind of like doing their fair share of things, it sucks, because then you end up putting on more weight, or not having the type of help that you wish you had. And after talking to him, I really felt seen because of the things that he was saying to me. And I'm just like, yeah, because I've been trying to say these things to my husband for such a long time. And every single time I try to talk to him, there's always some excuse, or it's just like, you know, reasons why he can't do it, you know. And after talking to, oh my goodness, I hear you, doggy. I hear you, buddy.